Okay, so today we're going to make some notation cards. And this will help us to learn our notes. What you need, we talked about this last time. I don't know if you could see that, but that's an index card with the lines on it. That's what you'll need because that'll help. You could do it on a blank card as well, but I find that the lines will help you. What I'd like you to do is we're going to make 5 straight lines. I'm not so good at drawing straight lines. That's why I need the lines. Even with this, my lines aren't that straight. I didn't do too well in art. You'll need a Sharpie. So you need a Sharpie and a pack of index cards. And this is what we're going to do. 5 lines. So 1, oops, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alrighty? And then, so it's going to look like this. 5 somewhat straight lines. Then we need to draw our G clef, because that's what most of us read in, is G clef. Except for bass players and trombone players and baritone players. They play in the bass clef, and that's something we'll talk about a little later. But let's make a G clef. First, you make a straight line down, like a hook. A line with a hook on it, like that. Then, right on the top, you make it look like a P. And then on the bottom, continue that around, make it look like a D. And you come around and you make a little loop around the G line. That's a pretty lousy G clef, but it's good enough. So that's kind of the idea of that. And with practice, it'll certainly look a lot better than mine, I'm sure. All right, so now we have our first card. And then what we do, now remember there's 5 lines and there's 4 spaces. I had to count it. So the first line, we draw our first note, and we draw a whole note or a circle, making sure that the line is going through the note. And that indicates right there that note right there is an E. That's our first line. That tells us that's an E. So that's our first one. And you take in pencil, you just write E on the back of this. Our first space, this is a space note, what we call a space note. We put the round circle between the 2 lines, and in that first space is an F. The next one, on the second line up, is a G. So you write G on the back. Next one is a space note on the second space up. That's an A. The middle line, or the third line up, is a B. The next space, third space up, right here, this middle space, is a C. This one is a D. This space right up here, the last one in, is an E. And the top line right here is an F. That's all we're going to do for right now. That's a good way to get started. Don't want to overwhelm you, certainly. And what you do with these, after you've made them, you shuffle them up. You take out the first one. You play the note on your instrument whatever the fingering is, and you say what the note is, and then you check yourself. You turn it over and check yourself. This is the best way to really kind of memorize your notes. Writing the note name in on the music is not a good idea. It's a very bad habit. I have too many high school students who are still doing that, and it's a big problem. Now that we're all forced to be inside, it's a good time for us to learn our notes and really memorize them. And I've had a lot of students use this. I've had a lot of adults use this too, and it really works. You can make sort of a game out of it. You shuffle it around, have your sister, brother, or your mom or dad test you on it. Pull the card out, put it up like that. You play the note and then say what it is, and then they check on the back to make sure that you're correct. It's a great way to learn your notes. Now, that being said, once again, and I know you guys have learned this in music class, but here's our staff again. And the 5 lines. Remember, the saying that we use for lines is every good boy deserves fudge. E, G, B, D, F. That's how we remember the lines at first. E, G, B, D, F. Every good boy deserves fudge. Sorry, girls. The spaces, F, A, C, E, spells face. So you think, okay, girls, every girl has a beautiful face. Everybody has a beautiful face. Every person has a beautiful face. I'm sorry. So F, A, C, E. That's how we remember the spaces. A note is either a line note or a space note. So our A, which is between the 2 lines, is a space note. Our note G here on the second line up, the line is going directly through the note. That's a line note. So it's a great way to start to learn your notes. We'll cover other ones that are below the staff and above the staff later. But just using those will really, really, really help you learn your notes and how it relates to your instrument. It's a great way to learn. Alrighty? So try that. Try that this week. I know I posted this kind of late, but I'd like you to kind of work on that this week. That'd be awesome. Alrighty? See you soon.